following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin. Hey everybody, I'm Christine.
I'm Jaida.
And this is 50 Shades of Bullshit.
Yes,
hey everyone, back for another day.
Another day, and it's me and you, boo.
It's me and you, baby cakes. We are doing this ourselves. We have no guest today. Our guest, actually, his name is Ryan. He's like this, I don't know what you want to call him. Like a relationship coach, but yet not really. But he helps women find love. I don't know what he does, but he's great. I was on his podcast not too long ago. He's really great, but he's going through it right now. Family health issues, and he's dealing with a lot. So he could not make it today. So Jaida and I are winging it today.
Wing it. I'm excited because I want people to send us their questions. I want people to send questions, write questions, all of that.
I know. Hopefully our people come on and talk with us today. But, if they don't, I'm sure we could gab our asses right off.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
How was your week?
It's going pretty good. It is flying. It is Thursday already. It is hauling ass. I found a really great chiropractor finally, and I'm getting treated after my accident. It doesn't hurt that he's really, kind of cute to look at, but, whatever. I'm getting better. It's feeling good. What else is happening? I don't think I've talked about this.
Thank you, Laura.
Laura says you gals do. Let's see. Let me go back to that. You gals do well with winging it. Thank you. We're just fucking by the seat of our pants. And Country Corners Gazette says, "What do you think about jealousy in a relationship?" Oh, we're gonna get to that for sure.
Absolutely.
Because it's ruined a mini relationship for me, and I had to learn the hard way. But we'll get into that for sure. So I don't think I talked about this yet on the podcast because I think I was waiting until the actual check cleared, but I got funding for my documentary.
Wait, how did I not know that? And I've talked to you a million times this week.
I know. Well, I was just trying to keep it close to my chest. So George, those who know me know that George Romero is a brother to me. I don't like to say like a brother because that implies that he's not really, but he's like it. No, fuck that. He's a brother to me. He's just a brother from another mother. And George helped me get funding. And he did say, though, it'll probably take a month or so, 2 months, maybe. Yeah. There's a couple of, people I've been talking to, psychic type things that have crossed my path that I've asked. And they said, oh, it's just a couple of weeks to 3 weeks. So we'll see. I can't wait. Because then I'm going to be heading to Tennessee and Florida, and I will be filming my doc. So
I am so excited for you. Congrats.
Yeah. Today, Jaida and I decided to just kind of do this ourselves without a guest because I could have found somebody, but it's a lot of work to do that. And not that I don't care to put in the work for all of you wonderful folks who listen, but it wasn't something I had in me this week. So we've decided to talk about relationship stuff, dating stuff, jealousy, loneliness, all that good stuff. Why don't we start with the couple of questions that we have, and then Jaida, I'd love to talk about the article that you wrote. So someone at Country Corners Gazette said, "What do you think about jealousy in a relationship?" Well,
I think that it definitely ruins relationships. I will say that.
100%.
I mean, you can't have a relationship if someone is jealous. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I kind of think there's twofold to this. 100% agree with you. It will destroy the relationship because it really destroys who you are as a person. And if you're the one that, I do think that it can cause a lot of emotional damage inside of you. I know it did for me because I had some of jealousy issues in the past, and for a couple of reasons.
I'm sorry, Christine, meaning you were the jealous person, or you dealt with? Oh, really? Okay.
Both. I've had both. I think someone jealous when you are just busting your ass to be really present in the relationship and it's their insecurities, it's very difficult. So I've been on both sides. I've been that insecure person. The problem is that I was choosing people who were not trustworthy in the first place because I didn't think I deserved it. I didn't think that I could be the kind of person that someone could be loyal to, and I had it all wrong. And I really had to grow within myself. I really had to learn to love myself. I had to really trust myself first. And then I started picking people who were more trustworthy, people and in the end, it really isn't about them. It's about who you are. And if you are really loving yourself and really believe in yourself as a person that deserves something amazing, you're not going to have those jealousy issues because you're going to pick people who would never do that to you. So I think it kind of comes around.
Yeah, I think there's so many layers to jealousy too, because people can be jealous of children. They can be jealous of your career. They can be jealous of the time you spend with friends. So I think there's a lot of different layers to it. But either which way it goes, it's not healthy. It is not at all healthy for a growing or thriving relationship.
Yeah. I've had someone be jealous of my relationship with my kid before because we were so close when they were little. And then I've also, had people jealous of what I do or how I do it. And that's kind of weird. It's just, it's insecurity within that person. So I do think that it can absolutely destroy a relationship. Jealousy is not a good, healthy thing. If you're with somebody who is really, really jealous and has issues, remember it's not your issue, it's their issue. They need to get help. And you need to stop and evaluate, why are you with somebody who has such shitty thoughts about themselves? Why are you with somebody who needs you to reassure them all the time or prove that you're not, cheating on them? That's just stupid. So,
but also if you're the jealous person, you have to think about why and what is it happening with you, why you're jealous of this person, or what they're doing or what their behaviors are. So you have to evaluate yourself too and really figure out what that is.
Yeah, I think I feel so much better around people, with people in relationships, that I feel really secure about myself now. And I know that I'm worthy or that I deserve great things. So I actually pick people that are better for me. And I haven't felt any kind of jealousy in a long time. Though I will say this, I have a final parting thought on jealousy, though. My youngest daughter's father, when I was married to him, he did lots of shit to make me jealous. Like, he purposely did. But then again, let's remember who I'm talking about. The narcissist who gaslit me. He liked to be like that, so then he could gaslight me about the jealousy. So I don't think I'd ever experienced it as strongly as I did when I was with him. But then again, he played with my fucking brain, so in my emotions. So that makes a difference.
That's terrible. That's
terrible. We have a listener who has commented for the first time. I don't know if he's here for the first time or what, but Charles said, can a relationship get back on track after there are lies that cause the break in trust? I
want to have you tackle that first, and then I want to give my 2 cents because I am very curious to your thoughts.
My thoughts are, if someone's lying to you, the issue is with them themselves. Am I saying that right? So personally, I don't personally think that you can come back from somebody who lies to you. I don't know. Maybe part of it could be circumstantial. Like, maybe they kind of hid something from you because they didn't want to hurt you or whatever. But why did they do that in the first place to hurt? Why would they do something that would hurt you? So it's kind of like a weird thing. I'm not one for lies. I think that I tell plenty of little white lies throughout my day or throughout my life to connect with certain people for certain things. So like if I'm selling something, say a product that I do, like lighting or the event planning or the anything, to connect with another person is going to make your sales tactic much easier. And sometimes I'll hear I'll be on the phone with somebody and I hear their little yappy fucking dog and I'll go, oh, what kind of dog do you have? And they go, oh, I have a stupid little dog that I would never have. I would say, oh, I love those kind of dogs. I've always wanted one, or blah, blah, blah. That's a little white lie that's not going to hurt them. I'm not there to hurt that lady. I'm there to connect with that lady. Does that make sense? So I'll do that shit all day long. But when it comes to people I love and people that it could really hurt by lying to, I'm not going to lie. I'm more honest and I'm more bluntly straight from the hip kind of girl. But I don't personally, for me, think that in a relationship, why would you do something that would break the trust with your person? Why would you lie? And if they do that, what is their agenda? What is their agenda? Are to hide it from you, to hurt you? Are they narcissists? Do they get off on it? Find out why, and then maybe it's time to work on yourself and move away.
Yeah, I agree, but I also think there's so many different. I mean, a lie is a lie is a lie is a lie, but if you're lying about having sex with somebody or cheating on somebody or going out with somebody when you were supposed to be somewhere else, I think that's heavy. But I also think it depends on the two people and the relationship. Have you guys been together for a long time? Is this like someone you just met? If it's someone you just met, absolutely not. If it's someone you've been married to for 25 years, it's hard to take in, but I think if you communicate and talk about it and figure out the why behind it, it could work. But lies are not good either which way. Lies are not good either which way it goes. But I don't. I'm conflicted because I would say I'm not a believer in lies, and I was married to somebody for longer than I should have been, who all that person did was lie. So that was not at all conducive to my life. But I also think if it's like, oh, I'm going to happy hour with the guys, and you're really like with Betty, I think that's negotiable too. So,
well, Charles, I also think that it depends on, when you say break the trust in your relationship, the lie is breaking the trust. It's like, did they lie about forgetting, your cupcakes at the store they were going to get you and they ate them all the way home, and then they get there and they're like so ashamed and embarrassed that they lie and say, oh my God, I forgot. That's not going to break the trust. So it just kind of depends on the lie. If the lie and I agree with you, Jada, the lie is a lie. But if I ate all the brownies on the way home, which I could very well fucking do, and I get home and you're like, Christine, where are the brownies? I'm not going to tell you I ate them all. I'm going to tell you I
have chocolate on your face. Yeah. I don't know where they are.
Fuck that. I
think Charles, I think it just depends on the two people involved in the communication that you have and the why behind it. Honestly.
Yeah. And if it's something like you said, Jada, like 25-year relationship, do you really want to walk away? Can you get help and get, a person, a therapist, a counselor, somebody who can talk it out with you guys and figure that out? If it's something that's not a long time relationship, but it's a shorter one, or even if it's family, I still think it's fucked up. And I don't know. I think it's better to, possibly reevaluate what is going on and find out why they did what they did first.
Yeah. No, I agree. That was a great question.
Without more information, I can't say more, but I can say more, but I won't.
That was a great question.
Up here. Misty, our beloved Misty, has a question. She says, thoughts on open relationships.
Ooh, this is Christine's jam.
This is the thing. I'm kind of torn about open relationships.
Yeah.
I'm torn about it. I'm a traditional old-fashioned girl. I believe in monogamy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm built to share. If my person came to me and said, babe, you go have fun anytime you want, do your thing, you can have an open-ended, I'm going to stay loyal to you. I might think about it for a second.
Yeah.
But I'm that's just wasted energy on other people when I could focus on, building something beautiful between me and another person. But I have friends and I know plenty of people who are in open relationships, and it is their jam. They love that shit. It feels good for them. I see it from the outside and I still don't really go for it. It's not my cup of tea. I don't know how someone can be happy within it, knowing that somebody is going home to another person or spending time with another person. I'm not really into that. What's your thoughts, Jada? Are you?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm very much traditional. There's no way I don't want to share. It's just, that's not my thing. But I will say I've worked with people that have been in open relationships before. And a colleague of mine, she actually has a matchmaking company that focuses solely on open relationships. So I think if the people involved really have a solid foundation and great communication, and they're all on the same page of who's doing what, because there's so many details with that. You have like an anchor person and you've got this person, and there's so much that gets involved with that. But I think if all three people are on board, I think it would work. You all have to be on the same page, and there's no room for people to get jealous, and there's no room for people to be upset. It's a decision that you're making, truthfully.
100%. One thing I do have to say for the other side of open relationships, I know it works very well for a lot of people. I do not judge it. I do sit back and contemplate it and go, not for me. But I do think it works 100% for a lot of people. They don't want to be cheaters. They want to be open about it. And they want to have that. They don't want to lose the person they're with. And they want to be able to allow them to also do their thing. Hey, if someone is into that, I think it can work. I think that if you have the right foundation, and if you are doing things together to make that work, I say 100%. So Missy, I think that if you're contemplating it, that's great. I do know there are a lot of people that I know that could give you some great advice if it's something that you're interested in. You are welcome to reach out to us, and I'll connect you with them. They would love that. But Missy said, "Not me." Okay, girl.
Sorry.
We got it. Like, bitch, back off. It's not me.
But I want to tag onto that too and say, in the event you do decide that you want to do it, you have to be so 100% solid and sold, because you can't agree to do it and then get completely jealous and then throw a fit and then want the person to yourself and then want to back out. Like, you have to be 150% invested in doing so. So just think about that first before you jump in.
Misty saying, no. I just put some questions out there. Thank you for the question, though, Misty. It was actually really good. And I do know that it can really work for some people. It just it's not in my ballpark.
Yeah, same.
Anastasia. Whoa, do we have a new person? Anastasia says, what if one person in a relationship is not contributing to the relationship of many years? Oh my God.
I want to know, contributing as far as financial contribution, or contributing as just like mentally just checked out and not?
Yeah, that's a good question. Anastasia, what is the contribution? Are you talking about emotional support, physical support, just being in the relationship, putting in effort in the relationship? Or do you mean financially, or do you mean all of the above? Anastasia says physical. Oh, bitch, let me tell you how I feel about this.
Boom.
If you're in a relationship and you can't step up and be present in the relationship, then don't fucking be in it.
I agree.
Period.
100%.
I know that a lot of people, and I'm not just going to say men, it happens a lot with men. Yeah. There are some women that fall into this category that they work real hard to get the person in the relationship. Then they just go, oh, I got him. I'm good. And then it all goes to shit. And you can't do that. You have to woo continually. It is a lifetime of putting in effort. When someone else is not physical in the relationship, I've gotten 2 divorces because of it. Well, one was really because, he had a fucking affair, but it also was he wasn't putting in anything. Yeah. And the other one, he was a great guy. He was a great husband. He was a good father. He provided, but we just could not connect in a physical, mental, and emotional way. We were roommates, and I won't live my life like that. I have to have a lot of passion in my life and in my relationships. And I am a crazy bitch when it comes to sex. So I got to have that. And if someone's not going to physically put the effort in, then don't waste your time. Unless you want to be someone's roommate, unless you want to be someone's partner without the physical, that is completely up to you. But personally, my opinion is find someone who just can't keep their hands off you and puts in that time and effort.
Christine, look further down on the chat.
It's a gay issue type thing. Oh, same thing. Whether you're lesbian, gay, or straight, it does not matter. If your partner is not putting in, and by the way, thank you for correcting me, Anastasia. Sometimes I say, just
rebel
thing, a guy thing.
What?
Are you whispering?
Guy thing.
It's a guy thing.
Oh, a guy thing.
It's a guy thing. It's a guy thing. Did I say gay?
They can't.
Oh, I say gay. Oh, it's a guy issue type of thing.
Oh,
snap. Yeah. Well, personally, if he doesn't want to go get help and find out what the problem is, then there's your problem.
Yeah.
If the guy is physically unable to physically let's just say it. If you can't get a hard on and have sex, then there's a physical or mental or emotional problem. And I dated a guy who had a big old schwang, but damned if he could not get it up. And I realized it was a physical thing for him. And I said, go to a doctor. Just get it checked.
Yeah.
Better find out. Better now. Could it be another health issue that could be causing other problems? I think you're funny, Rebel. You're all trying to whisper.
I know. I was like, is that my connection? I literally thought my connection was bad, and it was Rebel.
I thought I was getting some weird feedback of words I wasn't saying, or was it me hearing this inner thought that was all fucked up? But what's your thoughts on that, Jaida?
Yeah, I think definitely figure out what the issue is, because it can be a medical issue. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, we are all humans, and physical touch and physical intimacy is 1,000% important in relationships, and you have to have it. You have to be on the same page, or it can make for a really challenging relationship. So I think figuring out what you said, Christine, is it a mental thing? Is it an attraction thing? Is it a physical thing? You've got to get to the root of the problem, because it's important. It's important.
I think that also, communication is the biggest key when it comes to being in a relationship where you have a lot of factors involved. Outside world, inside your home, inside your head, inside your body, inside your heart. There's a lot of factors. But if you can't communicate with your partner, why are you together?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be, especially if you're intimate. If you're intimate and things kind of go south, like physically, you got to be able to talk about it. I mean, you can take your clothes off and put each other's genitals in places that, everywhere, but you can't talk about it. It's like, it's okay to talk about it. If they can't talk about it, then the problem is within themselves. And, maybe they don't want to communicate with you, and maybe the relationship isn't the right thing to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also, that, to your point, you just made me think about something. That communication can actually lead to intimacy. If you're talking about, you have to be able to talk to them and help them get into that mindset and get into that mode. Or you can do tantric sex. So there's so many different things you can do to build up to that point.
Right.
So you just made me think about that. But yeah, you got to talk about it.
I have a little story really quick. One of my best friends, Richard, him and I go hiking together, and we tell each other the craziest shit when we're hiking. And he told me this story one time, and I thought it just was really, really important to hear this. He said a female friend of his was talking to him about there's a problem in her sexual relationship with her husband, that she just wasn't feeling it. He wasn't giving her any kind of, something to go off of. He wasn't putting in the effort to physically get her off.
To arouse her. He wasn't.
Arouse her. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. He wasn't doing major foreplay. He wasn't having fun. The sex was boring. She wasn't getting off. She wasn't having orgasms. And my friend Richard said to her, why don't you fake it? Put in more effort yourself. Why don't you really get into it and see where it takes you? So she did. She put in the effort and really got into it, and she got herself off. And then the next thing you know, the whole dynamic changed. He started putting in more effort because he realized he was turning her on. And sometimes guys need that. They need to see that you are sexually aroused by them, that they're cutting it for you. And I personally, if a guy is not cutting it for me, I will tell him, hey, something's not working, and you're not going downtown Leroy Brown anymore, and I'd like to know why. Because if it's my vajayjay, let's get that shit fixed. And if it's not, you're not the man for me. You know what I mean? And so you got to have that communication and that openness.
These are good questions. These are awesome.
Hopefully that helps. We had another one. Let me look real quick. Know anything about relationship scams on dating sites? Girlfriend, do I fucking ever? Country Corner Gazettes. How about poly relationships? What can you say about those? Poly relationships is the same thing from in my head as an open relationship. I have several friends that absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And we've had a poly person on this show. While we're talking, I can always look it up and have you guys go check it out. But in poly relationships work for a lot of people and it doesn't work for others. So you really have to be open to it. You really have to be, solid in what you want.
Yeah. I agree. I think all of you have to communicate and be on the same page in order for it to work. I think it can work. It's interesting that in 2024, there are a ton more couples that just don't necessarily want to be monogamous. They want to have additional partners. So I think it's just communication, and you all have to be on the same page, and you all have to be able to understand what the dynamic of the relationship is going to look like, because it's not traditional. So I agree. It's the same as open relationships, I feel like.
Well, a lot of people don't have open relationships, but they also are maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Where they swap sexually, where they go to parties.
Oh God. Is it called swingers party?
Swingers. Yeah. Some people go to swingers parties and it's just a once in a while kind of thing, or once a week or once a month or whatever. A lot of people have that kind of thing. And I think those are great too. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I put no judgment on anybody who wants to experiment and check things out. If it's not for you, be honest with your person though and say, nope, not for me.
But Christine, you just said something really quick. The swingers parties, I will say, if you're looking to explore a polyamorous relationship or an open relationship, I would suggest that you go to some of those parties first and see what that's like for you guys as a couple, and then determine if you can take it to that next level. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. If someone ever wants to explore that and they don't know where to turn, FET Life. It's called FET, F-E-T Life. It's a website. You can go on it and look for parties in your area. If anybody's in LA and wants to go any, I have friends that host them. So, we're all open here. We're all, no judgment. We are fucking wild things anyway. So let's strap it on and go. I found the episode. Yeah. It's episode 29. It's called Polyamorous. Did I spell it? Polyamorous? I might have spelled it wrong. What is it? The rising popularity of polyamory. Oh, polyamory. God damn it. I can't even read today. Polyamory, episode 29. What is it? If you want to go back and listen to that episode, you can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. And that's a really interesting episode. Kimmy is a beautiful woman who came on who talked about that's her lifestyle, and it was really interesting and fascinating. Somebody asked another question. Misty did know anything about relationship scams on dating sites. Oh God, I'm a fucking master at them. I've written a lot on it. Here, I'll get to Charles in a second. Okay, when it comes to dating scams, they are very clear. Maybe what we'll do, I think we did a dating scam episode. I'll look again. If we did, I'll point you in that direction in a second. If we didn't, I will, let you know. But we should do one if we haven't. Dating sites are very notorious for it. Be very careful. They're getting very tricky, and they're not just sticking to dating sites anymore. They're going on all different kinds of avenues, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. They're everywhere. But there's a massive, massive rise in dating scams. And we actually had, let me put in here dating scams, because we had a professional come on and talk about an organization that helps people who have been scammed or whose photographs have been used for dating scams. That's some serious business. People have lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we've done 2 or 3 episodes on it. And if you're interested in hearing more about it, let us know. But there's why don't we do a more modern, recent episode?
Yeah, I think we should. We should jot that down
Okay.
and have an episode.
Okay, so we've got Dating Over 40, episode 22, that we talk about identity theft and romance scamming. Episode 21, Romance Thief. We talk about with TikTok guy, Sean Dodd. He's actually been on this show many times, as well as been a host on this show with me. Episode 22. Oh, sorry. Episode 23. Advocating Against Romance Scammers. That is an organization that came on the show. They're also going to come again. That's the most recent ones. They've been over a year or so since we've had them. So we'll have another romance scam one. We've got a guy on that. I'll have a guy come on who talks about that a lot. But yeah,
we're taking over. The people are losing money. It's just mentally and emotionally. I can only imagine the type of damage it's doing to people. I think we should do an episode on it.
It's very hard when someone is leaning in for love and
they're being vulnerable.
They're vulnerable and they've got someone just gushing and gooing over them and telling them how lovely they are and how wonderful they are. They're getting all the attention they hadn't gotten before. But 100% rule. If you haven't met them in person, not video, not phone, not email, not anything, in person, you should not be giving them shit. Doesn't matter. Gift cards, nothing. Do not do it. Not one motherfucking thing. And then again, be careful of those who have met too.
There are people, that's exactly what I was going to say. There are people that you could have met who love bomb you to death and they literally just want your money. So they're essentially robbing you and they're scamming you as well. So you have to be careful, which is scary on both sides of the coin, because there's some shady people out there. Shady people out there.
Really. This is a fantastic question from Charles again. Woo! This is a mighty one. This is my favorite topic right here, Charles. Okay. What if you were going down, which I call downtown Leroy Brown, on a special person, but they say, stop, it doesn't feel good, but others like the way you do it. Okay.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I'm so excited about this question. Okay. Charles, you're probably a master at it, but not every woman is the same. It's the same with a man. Like, say I'm going down on a guy, and baby, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay. I've never had complaints, but once in a while I've had a person stop me and go, oh, maybe a little lighter, or, oh, do this. It's not the same for everybody. And I should never take it personally if someone is different. And I've rarely found a guy who, I have found a few that have been really fucking magical at going down on me. But I have a very sensitive body. And the way that a man may do it for another woman who may like it harder, I like it softer. Someone else may like it more aggressive. So I like it less aggressive. There's lots of things. If she says, or he says, or whoever says that, okay, stop, it doesn't feel good. Ask them what does feel good. What can you do to make them feel good? What's their favorite part of it? Maybe, just hear me out for a second. I do know there are lots of women who don't like it. They're too self-conscious. They're overly sensitive, and no man has taken the time to stop to ask what fucking feels good.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah,
but I've worked with people that don't enjoy it. And so it may not be that you weren't doing the best job. It could be that she doesn't have it. It's not something she does often. So she doesn't really know what is good versus bad. So do not take it personally. But yes, Christine, I agree 1,000%.
Every woman's vagina is different. Just like every man's penis is different. And what feels good for one may not feel good for another. And if she says it hurts, you were probably just being a little bit more aggressive with something that another woman may have loved, or many, many women may have loved. But that person in particular, it doesn't fit for them. And it's like one shoe does not fit everybody. So next time, just ask. Say, actually, I really do want to please you. I love a good juicy vagina and I want to go to town on you.
What can I be doing more of?
What can I do? What can I do to make it pleasurable for you? Hope that helped. Mickey, hi, Mickey. Mickey says, what if you don't know how to tell them how to do it right? Okay. All right. This is what I told my daughter once. I said, you don't know how to tell another person what feels good and what doesn't feel good if you're not exploring your own body. And I say, take some time and explore your own body. And Rebel is going to fight me on this. But sorry, Rebel. But what happens is when you know it feels good and someone goes to do it and they're not doing it for you, correctly for you, it's easier to tell them if you've explored your own body. Though I will say, on the other end, if it's too hard, all you have to say is, you have an amazing tongue, but I like it a little softer. I always start with the positive, by the way.
Yeah, it's the sandwich method. You have to give them a positive. Then you say, but I really would like it if you would do this way. And then you have to kind of talk them through it. Then when they start doing it the way that you like it, you're like, yeah, like that. Do a little bit more of this. Oh, I really like that. You just have to lean into it a little bit more. And you know what? It's sex and intimacy. You can't be shy. You're naked with your whole body and everything out. You have to be comfortable. Talking, because then you will probably have the best orgasm, the best sex of your entire life because you've
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to interject here, ladies. All right. For those of us who don't self-satisfy and don't explore, would it be appropriate if you're with someone to say, well, I don't like the way you're doing it, but if you do it like so-and-so does it to me?
Well, maybe don't mention the so-and-so.
Yeah, maybe don't mention the other person.
Maybe don't mention it that way.
Yes,
maybe
but you can say, I really like when, how about you try doing this? Or how about we try doing that? I really like this. I just saw that question. I'm trying not to laugh. Yeah, Rebel.
Don't mention the other person the way that they do it, but say,
so if I'm with Jay and I say, well, you know, Jay, and I'm just not liking it. Can you do it how T does it?
Absolutely. No, you can't do that, Rebel.
Jay doesn't fucking know how T is doing it.
T does it.
So
exactly.
Jay needs you to tell him how T is doing it. And if he's a jealous fucker, don't say T. Okay.
Don't say a name in general.
So inviting T to come over and show Jay how to do it is a bad idea.
Unless you told Jay that you like two guys and a girl, and Jay goes, oh yeah. Then you call T and say, come here, baby, I need you to show Jay how to do this. That's hot.
A whole game. That's
hot.
That's a whole game. Yeah. Rebel's so funny.
Right. Christine is always telling me I'm doing things wrong. Phil
is funny.
Phil, you know it, dude. You know it. I'm actually
such good questions. Such good questions.
Quite frankly,
I love this questions.
I think this is fun. I really think that, again, every single question, every single answer, the core is communication.
100%. Yeah.
Talking about what is good and bad for you, talking about what you're feeling. For the person who asks about erectile dysfunction or the inability to have a physical reaction to you, that could be someone just being in their head. That it's communicating. For telling somebody how to give you a better blowjob, it's communicating. It's, I don't want to hear that other women give it better than me. I just want to hear what you like.
And if I'm doing it wrong, tell me how I can do it better, because you're trying to please that person in the moment, because that's your person. So yeah, same thing. Yeah. Just communicate.
Yeah,
it's maybe saying the most comfortable conversation, especially if you're someone that doesn't really open up and is not the best with communication. But if you want to have a good sex life, you want to have a good relationship, you want to have good friendships, business relationships, anything, you have to be able to open your mouth and talk about stuff.
Talk about it. Let's talk about sex, baby. I think we didn't get to loneliness yet. We've only got
we only have a couple more minutes. We can do a different we can talk about it on a different show.
Why don't you send me your article so I can read it, and then we'll set it and then we'll do that, because I haven't filled up July yet. And we can then, figure out when the best time is.
It's a big deal. It's a whole loneliness epidemic. I mean, the U.S. surgeon says that the mortality rate is the equivalent of someone smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
It's a big deal. So we'll have to do a show on that.
Yeah, let's do it, because I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
I know that some of you still have questions, and maybe you were too embarrassed to ask, or you just didn't get an opportunity to. Remember, you can go to our website or Instagram and leave us a message, and we're happy to help you. We're happy to give you information or put you on the right track, or give you some advice that maybe could help. Next week is exciting. You remember when we had Christy on from Girl Can We Talk? And we were talking about menopause.
Yes.
And we said we needed to do a part 2. Well, we're going to do a part 2 next week. But the exciting part is that I got a hold of the hormone specialist.
Yeah.
And she's going to come on and talk to us.
Oh, nice. So it'll be good. It'll be really good. This was a good show. Thank you, everybody who submitted your questions. This was awesome. This was really good.
We're so grateful that you guys come on and listen and ask us questions and give us comments. We love you guys so much. This gives me life. Knowing that y'all are out there. Damn, I live for Thursdays.
Me too.
And again, there's a lot of things on here that we kind of touched on that we can bring on a guest and make it more of an episode. Again, if some of y'all haven't listened to some of our previous episodes, go peruse through, because there are some really, really informative things that we've had some really incredible guests on to talk about. You remember Monica Bermuda? And she came and did that meditation, manifesting, and she talked about other universes and stuff.
Yeah. I was actually thinking the pole dancing lady, but that's not her. But yes.
Oh, the pole dancing. That lady's wild. I've seen some of her TikToks, lady, with that big booty. Yeah, it's hilarious.
I know. But yes, I remember Monica.
Yeah, Monica, I want to have her back on, so we'll have to do that. We're literally almost out of time, but I wanted to just give a quick heads up. If anybody wants to do the free workout stuff with my friend Jamie, send me a quick message and I'll connect you. You just have to fill out a short little form thing, and he'll get you started. And please come back next week.
Yes.
You might learn something about the what a woman goes through that could maybe help her. Or if you're a woman, you can, plan for the future and maybe help yourself if you're currently going through perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause. But I love you, Jaida.
I love you too, Boo.
Today was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really fun.
Let's do it again next month. 4th of July falls on a Thursday, so we're going to pre-record a little bit before. Maybe we can talk about what that's going to be like. But come back again next week, same time, same place to see us. And until then, let's keep this shit real.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.